As we stand on the threshold of a new year, 2025 offers us a fresh start, a new chapter. But here's the thing. We can't move forward if we're still carrying the weight of yesterday's struggles, doubts, and negative emotions. Many of us have allowed those feelings to control our lives for too long. We've let fear, self-doubt, and disappointment hold us back from reaching our full potential. Negative feelings have a way of creeping into our lives when we least expect it. They sneak in through the cracks of self-doubt, fear, or past disappointments, and before we know it, we've given them more power than they deserve. But here's the truth. Negative emotions only have the power we give them. The moment you realize that you are in control of your thoughts and emotions, you reclaim your power. Too many people allow external circumstances or the opinions of others to dictate how they feel about themselves. They let rejection, failure, and criticism define their self-worth. The truth is, no one but you can define your value. You are not the sum of your mistakes, nor are you the reflection of someone else's judgment. You are powerful beyond measure, and it's time to start acting like it. Reclaiming your power begins with acknowledging that you are in control of your emotional state. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of negative emotions, especially when life gets tough. We all face setbacks, hardships, and moments of doubt. But the difference between those who stay stuck and those who rise above it all is the ability to take responsibility for how we respond. You don't have to be defined by your circumstances. You get to decide how you handle them. When negative feelings arise, the first step is to recognize them without judgment. It's okay to feel angry, sad, or frustrated. It's part of being human. But what you do next is what truly matters. Do you let those feelings consume you, or do you take a step back and ask yourself, what is this feeling teaching me? Negative emotions, if we allow them, can serve as a signal, a message that something in our lives needs attention or change. Instead of letting these feelings control you, use them as a catalyst for growth. Reclaiming your power is about choosing not to let negativity rule your life. It's about refusing to let fear, insecurity, or past mistakes determine your future. It's about deciding to shift your perspective from victimhood to empowerment. When you do this, you shift the narrative. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is being acted upon and start seeing yourself as someone who is actively creating the life they want. In order to reclaim your power, you must take full responsibility for your emotional well-being. No one else can do this for you. We often look to others to validate us or to make us feel better. But the truth is, external validation is fleeting. If you place your happiness in the hands of others, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Real power comes from within. When you learn to validate yourself, when you learn to be your own biggest supporter, that's when true transformation happens. This is about not giving up your emotional sovereignty to anyone or anything. It's about setting boundaries with people and situations that drain your energy and refuse to honor your worth. It's about saying no when necessary and prioritizing your own needs. It's about choosing your peace over the opinions of others. When you do this, you make a powerful statement to yourself. I am worthy of love, respect, and happiness just as I am. Reclaiming your power also means forgiving yourself. We are often our harshest critics, carrying around guilt, shame, or regret for past mistakes. But you cannot move forward if you're constantly looking over your shoulder at the past. Your mistakes don't define you. How you learn and grow from them does. Letting go of the burden of self-blame allows you to free yourself from the chains that hold you back. Mama, you have the right to start anew, to forgive yourself, and to move forward with a clean slate. When you reclaim your power, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for the perfect circumstances or the approval of others. You create your own path, driven by the belief that you deserve all the success, love, and happiness the world has to offer. This is your life, and it's time to take the reins. Step into your power. Take control of your emotions and refuse to let anything or anyone steal your peace. In 2025, it's time to stand tall. Take responsibility for your emotional well-being and stop letting negative feelings define you. Reclaim your power. The world is waiting for the person you're about to become. And it all starts with a decision to focus on yourself, to rise above the negativity, and to embrace the strength that's already within you. Our minds are incredibly powerful. They have the capacity to shape the way we see the world and the way we experience life. But too often we allow negativity to take root in our thoughts. It's easy to do, especially in a world full of distractions, criticism, and constant pressure. We let the voices of doubt, fear, and insecurity drown out the voice of possibility and hope. But here's the truth. The quality of your life will always reflect the quality of your thoughts. If you want to transform your life, you need to start by transforming your mindset. Feeding your mind with positivity isn't about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about choosing to focus on what's good, on what's possible, and on what's within your control. It's about intentionally shifting your attention from the negative to the empowering, from the limitations to the opportunities. Your mind is like soil. It will grow whatever you plant in it. If you plant seeds of negativity, doubt, and fear, you'll harvest more of the same. But if you feed your mind with positive thoughts, affirmations, and inspiring content, you'll begin to see growth in ways you never thought possible. The first step in feeding your mind with positivity is to become aware of what you're consuming. What are you feeding your mind on a daily basis? Are you surrounded by negativity? Whether it's through toxic people, negative news, or your own self-talk? Or are you intentionally seeking out sources of inspiration, motivation, and encouragement? Your mind absorbs everything it comes into contact with. And just like with food, what you feed it will directly impact your overall well-being. Start by choosing what you expose yourself to. If you wake up in the morning and immediately check your phone, you're likely starting your day by absorbing whatever negative or stressful information is out there. Instead of starting your day in a reactive state, choose to feed your mind with something uplifting. Read an inspiring book, listen to a motivational podcast, or simply take a moment to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It's these small shifts that can set the tone for the entire day. The language you use with yourself is another critical factor in feeding your mind with positivity. Too often, we are our own worst critics. We tell ourselves we're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. We replay our mistakes in our minds over and over again, letting them define us. But this self-talk is not only unhelpful, it's toxic. The words you say to yourself have power. The way you speak to yourself shapes how you see yourself and how you show up in the world. So, instead of using language that reinforces self-doubt, replace it with words of encouragement and belief. Start telling yourself that you are enough, that you are capable, and that you deserve success. Speak to yourself with the same kindness and encouragement you would offer to a friend. Positive affirmations are one of the most powerful tools you can use to feed your mind. Repeating affirmations, simple positive statements about yourself and your life, helps rewire your brain to focus on what's possible, not what's limiting. By consistently affirming your strengths, your worth, and your potential, you begin to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance, from fear to confidence. Start each day with a few affirmations, such as, I am worthy of success, I am strong and capable, or I am open to new opportunities. Over time, these affirmations will begin to replace the negative beliefs that have held you back. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another crucial step in feeding your mind with positivity. The people you spend time with have a significant impact on how you think and feel. If you're constantly around people who are negative, who complain, or who criticize, it's easy to adopt that mindset yourself. But when you surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself, your mindset starts to shift. Seek out relationships with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be better, and who support your growth. If you don't have that community right now, seek it out. There are countless books, podcasts, and online communities filled with positive, growth-oriented people. Lastly, feed your mind with gratitude. Gratitude has the power to transform even the darkest moments into opportunities for growth. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you start to see the abundance in your life. It's easy to get caught up in what's going wrong or what's missing, but the act of consciously acknowledging the good things in your life, big and small, shifts your perspective. And you can alter the dynamic of your thinking to transform positive thinking into transforming happiness. Start a gratitude practice. Every day, write down at least 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as simple as the warmth of the sun, the kindness of a friend, or the opportunity to pursue your dreams. Gratitude trains your mind to focus on what's right in your life. And that shift in focus can be a game changer. Feeding your mind with positivity is not about ignoring life's difficulties, but rather about choosing to respond to those difficulties with a mindset of possibility, growth, and strength. It's about taking control of the thoughts that shape your reality and consciously filling your mind with ideas, beliefs, and affirmations that propel you toward your best self. As you feed your mind with positivity, you'll begin to see your world shift. You'll start attracting opportunities, cultivating confidence, and overcoming challenges with greater ease. The more you focus on what's good and possible, the more you'll begin to experience those very things in your life. And as you do, you'll create a future that reflects the empowered, positive, and limitless person you are. We all carry with us certain attachments, things, people, or past experiences that, whether we realize it or not, weigh us down. These attachments might seem harmless at first, but over time they begin to drain our energy, cloud our judgment, and hold us back from reaching our full potential. Letting go of toxic attachments is one of the most powerful acts of self-love and self-liberation you can commit to in 2025. It's not easy, but it's necessary for your growth, peace of mind, and emotional well-being. Toxic attachments can take many forms. Sometimes there are relationships with people who drain our energy, belittle us, or fail to respect our boundaries. Other times, these attachments manifest as unhealthy habits, thought patterns, or even past traumas that continue to shape our lives long after they should have been released. Whatever their form, these attachments have one thing in common. They no longer serve us. They hold us back from moving forward and becoming the people we were meant to be. One of the most difficult attachments to release is the one we have to people who no longer bring out the best in us. Whether it's a friend who constantly brings drama into your life, a partner who doesn't support your growth, or a family member who undermines your dreams, toxic relationships can erode your self-esteem and steal your peace. But here's the hard truth. Sometimes, in order to grow, you have to let go of relationships that no longer align with who you are becoming. That doesn't mean you don't love these people or that you don't care about them, but it means acknowledging that your well-being is just as important as your loyalty to them. Letting go of these toxic relationships isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It takes courage to set boundaries, to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you, and to choose yourself over the comfort of familiarity. Letting go doesn't mean you hate someone or wish them harm. It simply means that you are no longer willing to sacrifice your happiness for their comfort. When you let go of these toxic relationships, you make space for healthier, more supportive connections to enter your life. You allow yourself to heal, to grow, and to attract people who genuinely encourage your journey. It's not just people that we need to let go of. Sometimes we hold on to past experiences, regrets, or failures that keep us tied to a version of ourselves that no longer exists. We've all made mistakes. We've all had moments where we fell short of our own expectations. But those past mistakes do not define who we are today. They are lessons, not burdens. Holding on to guilt or regret prevents us from stepping into the future with a sense of freedom and possibility. It's time to forgive yourself, to release the weight of the past, and to accept that you are worthy of moving forward without carrying that emotional baggage. Letting go also involves releasing limiting beliefs and thought patterns that keep you stuck in a cycle of negativity. These beliefs often stem from past experiences or the opinions of others, but they don't have to define your future. Maybe you've internalized the idea that you're not good enough, not capable enough, or that success is for others but not for you. These are toxic beliefs that you have the power to unlearn. Just like you would let go of a harmful relationship, you need to release these limiting thoughts. Challenge them, question them. Replace them with empowering beliefs that reflect your true potential. One of the most freeing acts of letting go is releasing the attachment to perfection. Many of us are constantly striving for an ideal version of ourselves, one that is free from flaws, mistakes, and imperfections. But perfection is an illusion, and it keeps us trapped in a cycle of self-criticism and unrealistic expectations. The truth is, you don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You don't need to have it all figured out to move forward. Letting go of the need for perfection allows you to embrace your humanity, to accept that growth is messy, and that mistakes are part of the journey. Finally, letting go of toxic attachments means releasing the fear of the unknown. So many of us hold on to the familiar, even if it's not serving us, because we fear what lies beyond. We fear change, fear failure, or fear being alone. But the truth is, the greatest growth comes when we step outside our comfort zones. The unfamiliar is where new opportunities, new relationships, and new versions of ourselves are waiting. When you let go of the fear that holds you back, you open yourself up to the endless possibilities that await on the other side of your comfort zone. Letting go is an act of trust. Trusting that by releasing what no longer serves you, you are making space for better things to come. It's about believing that you deserve to live a life free from the weight of toxic attachments. A life where you are fully aligned with who you are and where you want to go. It's not easy, but it is necessary. You cannot move forward if you are still tied to the past or to things that hold you back. By letting go of toxic attachments, whether they be people, experiences, or beliefs, you take back your power and create room for healing, growth, and transformation. As you enter 2025, take a deep breath and make the conscious decision to release what no longer serves you. Choose freedom over fear. Choose growth over comfort. And choose yourself, because you are worthy of a life that reflects your highest potential. Letting go is the first step in reclaiming your peace, your power, and your future. In a world that often celebrates busyness, constant connection, and external validation, the idea of solitude can seem intimidating or even unnatural. We're taught that we must always be on, always interacting, always busy, and always striving for external achievements. But here's something that may surprise you. Solitude is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. It's in the quiet moments of being alone that we often find the deepest clarity, the most profound insights, and the space to reconnect with our true selves. Embracing the gift of solitude doesn't mean being alone in the traditional sense of loneliness. Loneliness is often marked by a sense of emptiness or disconnection from others. But solitude is different. It is the intentional act of being alone without distraction, of stepping away from the noise and chaos of daily life and creating space for self-reflection, growth, and deep peace. It's in this solitude that you begin to hear your inner voice clearly. The distractions of the world fade away and you are left with the purest form of connection. The connection with yourself. When you embrace solitude, you give yourself the chance to get reacquainted with who you are beyond the roles you play in life, whether as a partner, a parent, an employee, or a friend. In the stillness, you begin to discover parts of yourself that may have been buried under the noise of other people's expectations or your own fears. It's in solitude that you can strip away the external pressures and reconnect with your true desires, values, and passions. You can reflect on what truly matters to you without the influence of others' opinions or societal expectations. Many people fear solitude because it brings them face to face with their own thoughts, and for some, that can feel uncomfortable. We live in a society that encourages constant distraction, whether it's through social media, entertainment, or the pressure to be productive at all times. But when you step away from all of this and sit with yourself, you have the opportunity to process emotions, clear mental clutter, and explore your innermost thoughts without judgment or interruption. It is in this space that personal growth occurs. Solitude is not about escaping the world, but about creating a sacred space for reflection, rejuvenation, and recentering. It's in these moments of quiet that you can assess your life without distraction. Ask yourself the hard questions and listen to the answers that arise from within. Who am I, really? What do I truly want out of life? What are the limiting beliefs I've been holding on to? What do I need to release in order to move forward? These are the kinds of questions that solitude allows you to answer with clarity and conviction. When we are constantly surrounded by people or external noise, it's easy to get lost in the opinions and expectations of others. Solitude gives you the space to disconnect from that noise and tune into your own voice. In solitude, you can hear your intuition guiding you, helping you make decisions based on what truly feels right for you, not on what others think is right for you. This inner wisdom becomes clearer when you step back from the external world and give yourself the time and space to listen. Another powerful aspect of solitude is its ability to help you heal. Life can be overwhelming, and we all experience moments of pain, heartbreak, and loss. These emotions don't always have an outlet in the hustle and bustle of daily life. Solitude, however, provides a safe haven where you can process your feelings, grieve if necessary, and heal at your own pace. It's a space where you don't have to perform, where you can simply be with your emotions, acknowledging them and allowing them to pass in their own time. It's in this quiet space that true healing happens, and the burden of emotional pain begins to lift. Solitude also nurtures creativity. In the absence of constant distractions, you open up space for inspiration to flow. Many of the world's greatest thinkers, writers, and artists found their most profound ideas while spending time alone. Solitude allows you to access a deeper level of creativity, where your mind can wander freely, unencumbered by the pressures of deadlines or the need to please others. Whether you're writing, painting, planning your next career move, or just exploring new ideas, solitude provides the quiet environment needed to tap into your full creative potential. Moreover, spending time alone can help you build self-reliance. In solitude, you learn how to be comfortable with yourself. You learn how to rely on your own inner resources for comfort, peace, and direction. The more you embrace solitude, the less you depend on external validation for your sense of worth. You begin to see that you are enough on your own. This self-sufficiency and inner strength create a foundation from which you can approach the world with greater confidence and resilience. It's important to note that embracing solitude does not mean cutting yourself off from others or becoming isolated in a negative sense. It's about creating balance. Social connection is essential for our well-being, but it is equally important to create space where you can be alone, reconnect with yourself, and reflect on your journey. Solitude allows you to cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness, which ultimately enhances your relationships with others. When you know who you are and what you want, you can interact with others from a place of authenticity and self-assurance. Everyone deserves respect and trust, and that is when you are becoming famous and beloved. In 2025, embrace the gift of solitude as a tool for personal growth, reflection, healing, and creativity. Allow yourself the quiet moments to reconnect with who you are at your core. Use solitude as a sanctuary to step away from the distractions of the world and tune into your inner voice. In that space, you will find the clarity and strength you need to move forward with confidence and purpose. Solitude is not something to fear or avoid. It's a gift that allows you to fully embrace your own life and create the future you desire. Pain is something we all experience at some point in our lives. It's a part of the human condition, whether it's emotional pain from a loss, physical pain from an injury, or mental pain from disappointment or failure. While pain is unavoidable, what often separates those who thrive from those who struggle is how they choose to handle it. You see, pain doesn't have to be something that stops us. In fact, it can be the very thing that propels us forward. If we allow it, pain can become the fuel that transforms our lives and drives us toward a greater purpose. When we experience pain, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, defeated, or hopeless. We can get trapped in a cycle of self-pity or bitterness, questioning why certain things happen to us. It's natural to want to avoid pain, to shut it out, and to look for ways to numb it. But if we choose to view pain differently, if we choose to embrace it, learn from it, and channel it, it can become the catalyst for our growth and transformation. The key lies in how we respond to it. One of the most powerful ways to channel pain into purpose is by using it as a source of motivation. When we experience pain, especially from a setback or a hardship, it's easy to believe that it's a sign we're not meant to move forward. But instead of allowing that pain to hold us back, we can use it to fuel our determination to move forward, to prove to ourselves that we are stronger than the circumstances that hurt us. That is not your destiny. The pain becomes the spark that ignites the fire of resilience. It fuels our desire to rise above, to break free from the chains of suffering, and to reach for something greater. Every painful experience carries with it a lesson. Sometimes we don't see it immediately, but if we take the time to reflect on what we've gone through, we can begin to understand the lessons hidden within the pain. Perhaps the pain teaches us patience, compassion, or strength. Maybe it shows us that we are capable of more than we thought, or that we need to let go of something holding us back. No experience is ever wasted if we choose to learn from it. Pain has a way of breaking us open, forcing us to see things more clearly and to grow in ways we never imagined. By choosing to learn from our pain, we can turn it into wisdom. Pain can also be the driver behind a greater sense of empathy and compassion. When we go through tough times, we gain a deeper understanding of what others may be experiencing. This awareness can ignite a sense of purpose in helping others who are going through similar struggles. Pain connects us to one another in a way that success and comfort cannot. It opens our heart to the suffering of others and motivates us to take action, to offer support, to share our stories, and to make a difference in the lives of those who are hurting. By channeling our pain into helping others, we create a ripple effect of healing and transformation that extends beyond ourselves. Another powerful way to channel pain into purpose is by using it to fuel our personal growth. Pain has the ability to push us to become better versions of ourselves. It forces us to confront our weaknesses, our fears, and our limitations. Through this process, we begin to discover new strengths we didn't know we had. The journey through pain can lead to greater self-awareness and self-discovery, as we are often pushed to examine who we are, what we truly want, and what we value most. In this way, pain becomes a powerful tool for personal evolution. Additionally, pain can guide us toward our true calling. Sometimes, when we go through difficult times, we are forced to reassess our lives and our priorities. What once seemed important may no longer hold the same value. Pain can open our eyes to new possibilities, new dreams, and new paths that we may have never considered before. It often compels us to reimagine our future and take bold steps toward a more meaningful and fulfilling life. What we once thought was a setback can turn out to be a turning point, redirecting us toward the purpose we were always meant to pursue. It's important to remember that channeling pain into purpose doesn't mean we need to minimize or dismiss the pain itself. Pain is real, and it deserves to be acknowledged and processed. Healing takes time, and there is no shame in feeling hurt or vulnerable. However, what makes the difference is what we choose to do with that pain once we have allowed ourselves to feel it. Do we let it define us and keep us stuck in a place of suffering, or do we use it to propel ourselves towards something greater? The process of channeling pain into purpose involves transforming our perspective. Instead of seeing pain as an obstacle that stands in the way of our happiness, we can choose to see it as a stepping stone towards something better. We can choose to see it as the fuel that pushes us to become more compassionate, more resilient, and more determined. Pain is not the end of the road. It's often the beginning of a new journey, one that leads to deeper self-awareness, greater empathy, and a more meaningful life. 2025. Make a commitment to channel your pain into purpose. Use it as the driving force behind your personal growth, the motivation to help others, and the courage to pursue your true calling. Pain doesn't have to be something that defines you in a negative way. It can be the very thing that transforms your life and helps you step into your full potential. Your pain is not wasted. It is a tool, a gift, and a guide, showing you the way toward the person you are becoming. Let it push you forward, not backward. Let it help you rise, not fall. And let it lead you to a life filled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. Growth is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong journey. Too often we wait for the perfect moment or the right circumstances to pursue growth. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. If we want to evolve, to step into the best version of ourselves, we must commit to growth every single day, no matter how small the steps may seem. Most growth happens when we decide that we are worth the investment, when we commit to becoming better versions of ourselves, and when we choose to make progress each day, even if it's just by an inch. The key to sustained growth is consistency. It's about showing up for yourself, even when it feels challenging, or when the results aren't immediately visible. Too many people stop growing because they expect to see immediate results. But growth is a process, not an instant transformation. Whether it's improving your mindset, gaining new skills, building emotional resilience, or pursuing a passion, growth happens when you put in the effort every day. It's the compound effect of small, consistent actions that over time lead to significant change. Committing to growth daily starts with a mindset shift. You must believe that you are capable of growth, that your potential is limitless, and that your progress matters. This belief becomes the foundation of your journey. When you commit to growth, you commit to the idea that you are constantly evolving and that there is always room for improvement. It means letting go of perfectionism, understanding that growth isn't about being flawless, but about moving forward with each experience, learning and improving as you go. Each day is a new opportunity to take a step toward your goals. It doesn't matter if the step is big or small. The important thing is that you take it. Consistent daily actions create momentum, and momentum is what drives real, lasting change. Whether it's spending an extra 10 minutes reading, meditating for 5 minutes, exercising, learning a new skill, or practicing gratitude, these small daily practices compound over time and lead to profound results. These actions build a foundation of progress that sustains you even when life gets tough or when you encounter setbacks. One of the most significant aspects of committing to growth daily is developing a strong sense of self-discipline. Discipline doesn't mean being rigid or harsh with yourself. It simply means being committed to your own development. It means showing up for yourself every day, even when motivation wanes or when life gets busy. Discipline is what separates those who dream of change from those who actually make it happen. It's about choosing to prioritize your personal growth above distractions, excuses, or temporary comfort. A crucial part of committing to growth is embracing failure as a part of the process. Often, people shy away from growth because they fear failure. But growth cannot happen without failure. It is through our failures that we learn the most, that we develop resilience, and that we refine our approach. When you commit to growth, you embrace failure not as a defeat, but as a teacher. You learn from it, adjust, and keep moving forward. Failure is not a roadblock. It's a stepping stone that leads you to success. Another important element of committing to growth daily is self-reflection. To grow, you must regularly check in with yourself to assess where you are, where you've been, and where you want to go. Self-reflection helps you stay aligned with your values, goals, and purpose. It allows you to recognize areas where you need to improve and celebrate areas where you've made progress. Reflection can be done through journaling, meditating, or simply taking a quiet moment each day to ask yourself what you've learned and how you can improve. By constantly evaluating your progress, you stay on track and avoid getting lost in the day-to-day distractions of life. Equally important is the practice of self-compassion. Committing to growth daily isn't about pushing yourself to the point of burnout or self-criticism. Growth happens when you are kind to yourself, when you acknowledge that it's okay to have setbacks and that progress is not linear. Self-compassion allows you to stay motivated and positive even during challenging times. It helps you approach your growth with patience and understanding, knowing that every effort, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Committing to growth daily also means learning to embrace discomfort. Growth is not always easy. It often requires us to step outside of our comfort zones, to try new things, to confront fears, and to take risks. It's in these moments of discomfort that we stretch beyond our current limitations and expand into new levels of possibility. When you commit to growth, you commit to embracing the discomfort that comes with stepping into the unknown, trusting that on the other side of discomfort lies progress and transformation. As you commit to growth daily, you'll find that your mindset shifts from one of limitation to one of possibility. You stop viewing challenges as obstacles and start seeing them as opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. The more you practice daily growth, the more resilient you become in facing life's inevitable challenges. With each step, you develop greater confidence in your ability to handle adversity, to adapt to change, and to continue moving forward with purpose and determination. In 2025, make the commitment to growth daily. Set aside time each day to invest in yourself, whether through learning, self-reflection, physical health, or emotional well-being. Understand that growth is not about achieving perfection, but about consistently improving. embracing challenges and learning from every experience. Commit to becoming the best version of yourself, not in a rush to get there, but with the understanding that every small step is a victory in itself. In doing so, you'll create a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and continuous growth, one day at a time.